How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sunday, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it's Wednesday here on the show. You know what that means? We got a lot to talk about here today. I'm still not 100%. Just took some gimmicks, as we call it here in the business. I think I can make it through the show here today. And the After Dark show, which is coming up 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. In which today I will be talking about my trip to go see the George Norrie live show at the Everett Historic Theater this past, I think it was Saturday night. Same night as the WWE pay-per-view. A lot of stuff happened. And we'll get into all of it here on the show today. Plus, we'll take your emails and text messages, maybe even your calls as well. We shall see. But that's 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, a different show. Today, we got a lot to talk about, including Dynamite 300, which is tonight. 5 matches have now been announced for the show. We'll go over the lineup for that. 6 if you consider that they're also taping Collision 100 after the Dynamite show here tonight. And then, of course, we have got all of the rest of the news. A lot of people are either injured or returning from injury or just on their way back. Everybody from Chad Gable, Miz, Adam Copeland, Ruby Soho, Ty Mello. We got some information on all of them. And also, we'll be talking about Wembley Stadium. Tony Khan was on the Rich Eisen show and explained why they did not go to Wembley for All In this year, why the show is going to be taking place at Globe Life Field in Texas in just 10 days now. So we'll talk about that and plenty more. Filthy Tom joins us here today. If you want to text us, 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. F4WOnline at gmail.com. F4WOnline, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo. At Bryan Alvarez, X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. It is the annual Christmas show. We have Big Vinny V as always, who's wearing a hat.
Can confirm.
Sean is here as always. He is not festive at all.
I forgot my hat.
Granny is here. Granny, what's going on?
Hello.
Craig is here, not festive at all.
Yep.
And we have Filthy Tom. Oh boy. Should we do shots now?
No.
I think I should probably watch this for a second. Oh my God. Granny is doing a joyride.
I thought they were going to be here.
A box of tissues. Clearly that was for Vinny.
Scotty's.
How dare you? Yeah!
Who is this? My guest?
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
John in Memphis is on the air, and he is hammered. I'm a cool guy, right? I'm invited to the barbecue. God damn it!
Merry Christmas!
I got sober up for this call.
Yes.
That's a girl.
Oh, is this Harley Cameron? I love you.
No, I even put
I
on the
love you.
American accent.
It is? Everyone shut up.
Hold on.
You are the most talented performer in the entire business.
Yes, man.
What are you doing in pro wrestling?
First of all, you've been far too generous and kind, and I appreciate you.
I don't think I've ever seen Vinny that happy before.
Bro, ladies and
Yeah, I'm
gentlemen,
going for the
welcome to the show today here with Filthy Tom Waller and the Goon Squad.
Tom, what are you doing?
I gotta pee.
Well, go pee then. Don't do it on air.
Hola,
Way to go.
Hola?
¿cómo estás?
Is this the Beast Mortos? Yes!
That could not go any better.
The Beast Mortos is here on the air. Beast, how you doing? He sounds very agitated, Vinny.
I'm starting to get the feeling this is not a live call with the Beast Mortos.
The Beast is short-circuited. No!
That's the moon.
¿Cómo estás?
What is happening?
Hello, Brian.
Is this Don Callis?
Rob is using the Meltzer star rating for his urinal visits. Just so you know, I'm 7 stars, baby. So that's it.
If it's 7 stars, I want to see it.
What? Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom Lawler is joining us here today. What's up, Tom?
Not too much, Brian.
You're
What's
furiously
going on?
working on something. What are you doing over there?
I was typing to the YouTube chat.
What are you doing in there? I don't see you. Oh, the YouTube chat. Oh my God, you're on that one?
Yeah, I peruse it every day. I figure you are the sheriff of Twitch, so I shall
Not the
be the
sheriff.
sergeant of YouTube.
So who are you there?
Tom
I
Lawler.
don't see your name.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm looking at it right now. I don't see any Tom Lawler there.
Well,
Johnny California.
buddy, I'm on there. Don't worry. Anyways, not too much is going
Everyone's
on.
saying hi to you, but I don't see your messages. Maybe I have you blocked. Unless you're no, you definitely are not. Funky Pluck. Yeah, I think you're on the wrong chat, dude. I think you're on the wrong chat.
Listen, bonehead. I'm in the right chat.
Hey,
just because you don't see it doesn't mean anything.
Hey,
And
YouTube chat.
Anyway, nobody cares. Move on. Let's talk about some
Hold
wrestling.
on. Would you shut up for a second? Hey, YouTube chat. Have you seen Tom in there? Find out here. Oh, look at that. I don't see Tom. I don't see Tom yet.
So somebody just goes,
Who?
Okay, well, keep reading, buddy.
Riff Raff. What's Tom's name? I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Don't know what to tell you. Why don't you type something in there? Then we'll see what comes up. Yeah, no one knows what your name is. Oh, there you go. You boneheads. You got a check mark next to your name. That's pretty fancy. Are you, like, special or something? Why do you got a check mark?
Verified.
You're verified.
From that one time I punched Dave Kaplan.
Verified
20
on
years
YouTube.
ago.
Wow. Okay. Well, anyway, we got AEW Dynamite 300 tonight, and I mean, got 5 matches announced, 6 actually, because it's Dynamite and Collision taping. So that's good that they announce it before the show on Wednesday. Usually they wait till afterwards. But we got 6 matches that are official for the show tonight, and they've sold a lot of tickets. There's a very good chance they're going to have 4,000 people in the building tonight, which
Where
is
does it take place, Brian?
an excellent number. Let's see, where is it tonight? I think it's is it Pittsburgh? Or no, that's where WWE was.
Yeah.
Where's Dynamite 300? The
Ontario.
Toyota Arena, Ontario, California. The Young Bucks hometown, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way out in the suburbs, actually. Which, like, if you live in L.A. to go to that show, that's quite a chore.
Yeah, 5,000 tickets, actually. I apologize.
That's good for that arena. New Japan has run shows there in the past, maybe about one a year, and I don't think they've even come close to 5,000 the last few times. So
Well, according to WrestleTix, their year-to-date average, which I presume takes into account pay-per-views, I would think, or maybe that's just for Dynamite, but it's 3,300, and this one is fixing to hit 5,000. So very good number. We've got Okada versus Kota Ibushi taking place tonight. I was going to say we'll find out how Kota Ibushi is looking tonight, but he's wrestling Okada, so we'll see we're going to see the AEW television version of this match is what we're going to see tonight. And that's nothing against AEW. That is a statement on Okada and Kota Ibushi, mostly Okada. We got Mercedes against Mina Shirakawa for the TBS title. We got what is described here, and I don't know if they're advertising it this way. Somebody tell me if they're advertising it this way or if this is just from our site.
No. It's advertised this
It
way.
is?
I know what you're talking about because I saw the graphic.
Okay. Well, in a heroes versus villains 6-man tag, it is Bandito, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly versus Takeshita and the Young Bucks, which sounds freaking awesome.
It's a tie-in with Superman.
I
That is
see.
why it's
Okay.
heroes versus villains.
Well, we got another heroes versus villains match: Swerve and Ospreay versus Dralistico and the Beast Mortos, which sounds awesome. And we have the All In Casino Men's Gauntlet Qualifier. The winner of this match is number 2 in the Gauntlet. MJF, Brody King, Anthony Bowens, AR Fox. I just have this feeling. I have this feeling it's either Anthony Bowens or AR Fox. One of these two guys that can't catch a win is winning tonight. And I presume that MJF ends up getting screwed by old Mystico. But who knows? We'll see.
Whoever ends up winning that Casino Battle Royal Gauntlet at All In, they really need to be careful about this big bill that's going through Congress right now. Because if you're a gambler, you could get hit with huge penalties upon winning. So they better start lobbying in D.C., if you know what I mean.
Well, AEW Collision 100 also has FTR versus the Outrunners, which, again, I don't know why they didn't do this match in Kent, because it would have been a great match with incredible heat, because, Truth is from the area. But literally, they just did a long interview to set up the match in a different town. Whatever. So that's coming up for Collision 100, which does air this Saturday. Now you've got everyone in the chat talking about Big Bill.
Not that
Big Bill. Are we sure that Big Bill didn't just pass through Congress? It's hard to miss.
Whoever wins that Casino Battle Royal better watch out for Big Bill.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the lineup for the show coming up tonight, and we'll review that with Dave later on this evening. Should be a fun time as always, so check it out, everybody. By the way, Tom, I'm still upset that I'm not going down to Vegas to go to that clown motel and the UFO highway with you because of your current physical state. But I did get to go see George Norrie, literally in concert, on Saturday night. And I wish you would have been there with me. But you weren't, so you're going to have to listen to all of the details on After Dark Radio, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern today on Sports Byline, YouTube, and Twitch.
Will I?
So yes, you will. So please check it out. And wait till you see the picture I'm going to use for the front page, because I'm going to talk about... You've seen Bigfoot footprints, right?
Yeah.
Well, I saw something you ain't going to believe. We'll talk about it today.
Hold on.
Yes.
Too Cold Scorpio.
Tom, just listen to the show today. All right. AEW is not in Wembley for All In this year. They're at Globe Life Stadium in Texas. And, I got a lot of heat because I was deciding whether to go or not. And I ultimately decided I wasn't going to go. And I mentioned there's just so much to do. I mean, there's a Ring of Honor show. There's 3 WWE shows. There's probably going to be a 6-hour AEW show.
Brian, not only that, the 664th annual Kirk Pinar Turkish Oil Wrestling Championships, the Olympics of Turkish Oil Wrestling, takes place this weekend. So
You're an absolute
hours and hours.
So the point is, I mentioned all of that, and then people got mad. It's all WWE's fault. They're running all these shows, this and that. And, I mean, you realize when you go to a WWE WrestleMania, there's like 75 other shows that weekend. I still managed to go. I think the biggest issue is it's really expensive to fly to Texas. I mean, and between flying to Texas and rooms and everything like that, we were looking like over $1,000, and we're not doing like a live Q&A or anything to, offset it. So, no, it's much easier to stay at home and cover all of these shows. If the show were in Vegas, that'd be one thing. But it wasn't in Vegas. If the show was in Wembley and we had a live Q&A and, had 150 people show up, that's another thing. But, no, I I was not going to pay $1,000 to do a last-minute trip for All In. But anyway, the point is, it's not in Wembley. And Tony Khan on the Rich Eisen show said it will be back in Wembley next year. Coldplay, he said, had booked the weekend out years in advance. And that's why they didn't go back this year. Because of Coldplay booking it out years in advance. So that's the story. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. If you love our shows and you only want the shows, you can sign up today through Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts carries every podcast that we produce, over 84 podcasts every single month, and you can get every one of them at a touch of a button through Apple Podcasts. The easiest way to check it out is to go to f4wonline.com/Apple. In fact, we have a free trial. Free! You pay nothing. Check it out, and if you enjoy it, the service is just $9.99 per month. And if you think about $9.99 divided by 84 podcasts, it's just pennies per day to sign up through Apple Podcasts. So check it out, f4wonline.com/Apple. That is f4wonline.com/Apple. Try your free trial today. Now I got blokes that don't believe me because they're trying to price stuff out. This guy goes, I live in Denver. Well, listen. First off, I don't live in Denver. I live in Seattle. I got to go from Seattle to Texas. I got to fly in Friday because it's a long way away. And then I'm staying there Friday, Saturday. I would go home Sunday. So you're talking 2 nights in a hotel and a flight from Seattle. Even on Frontier, it's. What do you want me to do, brother? I'm going to sleep on the side of the road? Huh? I'm going to drive to Denver and fly out from there? What do you want me to do? Not going. Okay? It is not WWE's fault. Just the way it is. All right.
You don't want to blame Goldberg.
Why would I blame Goldberg?
Goldberg.
What does he have to do with anything? What are you talking about?
You got to stay home. So you'll watch that Saturday night's main event.
I could watch it from there.
While you're in the arena?
Well, no, but I mean, I can't watch it while I'm watching the other show on my couch. I got to watch it afterwards. It's not like I can't go and also watch everything, okay? I could do that. But it's a lot of stuff to do, and it would involve a lot of flying and a lot of paying for rooms, and this is Texas that we're talking about here. So I'm not going. Everyone leave me alone.
I don't know why you have to blame Goldberg, but...
Chad Gable's undergone surgery. He'll be out of action for quite a while. He says, "What's up, dudes? I made it." He said he would be back quicker than you can say gracias. So, is it true, Tom, that El Grande Americano is the speed champion?
To my knowledge, yes.
Interesting. Well, luckily he was on the show Monday, old El Grande Americano. So my guess is that he is going to be defending that title.
You know, he looked more to me like El Venti Americano.
He looked like El Grande Americano had stretched on one of those racks. You know, those gimmicks that they put you on and then kind of stretch you out.
Torture rack?
Yeah. He was just an elongated version of El Grande Americano. El Elonge Americano is what he was. He was elongated. That was weird.
Listen, nice try, but it's not my fault you didn't get the Starbucks joke.
We've got The Miz. This was reported by Bryan Alvarez to his subscribers on X. He should be back soon. They finished season 1 and 2 of American Gladiators, which is being taped in London, because why not? And he should be back soon. Everyone's also talking about, what about, I don't know about Wardlow. Why do you want information about Wardlow? I don't know. I don't know what that guy's been doing. He's been gone forever. Yes, there are a lot of stories about Wardlow, but there's a lot of stories about a lot of people in AEW. And the fact is, when I see the guy, I'll believe he's back. Until then, I don't know what's up with this guy. But apparently he was also on American Gladiators in London. Him, Camille, your main man, Boogs, Jessica Roden, and Jesse Goddard. They were 5 of the 16 gladiators in this reboot. Miz was the host. Can you believe it?
Yes.
You can?
I could not believe if The Miz was a gladiator.
If you were a gladiator, that'd be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boogs, I think, has found the perfect job.
And Boogs and Wardlow.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Maybe Camille as well. I don't know. That's another one who vanished. That's somebody who was benched. I hate to tell you guys, benched. Yeah.
You know what actually would have been even better for Boogs? Would have been Battle Dome.
Oh, yeah?
If that was still around.
Yeah, it's not still
Maybe
around.
we should have gone back and watched some old Battle Dome.
I think we should watch some of the new season of American Gladiators with Ole Miz. I mentioned I'd never watched American Gladiators in my life.
What?
Yeah, and then someone said, actually, you and Vinny reviewed one of the shows that Hulk Hogan hosted. And I very, very vaguely remember this now, but it certainly made no impression on me whatsoever, clearly.
You never watched the one that Rico Constantino won?
Nah.
Yeah.
Former champion. Didn't care. I was busy being an athlete. Didn't need to watch it on television.
You wouldn't make it out of the prelim rounds on American Gladiators. Get out of here.
Everybody always says that. They talk a big game, you know. They talk a big game, but
you couldn't even win the one that was on Nickelodeon if you tried.
Tell me more.
You wouldn't make it up that aggro crag.
Yeah. Your words don't bother me, Tom. Your ignorance. Adam Copeland posted a statement on Tuesday. His 33rd anniversary in wrestling. 33 years he has been doing this. He had his first match July 1, 1992. Began training with Ron Hutchinson and Sweet Daddy Siki. Golly, he could have been in the YWF. If only he'd been a little closer. He posted on Instagram saying, on Canada Day 33 years ago, I made my wrestling debut in Oakland Raiders Zubaz and a pair of Converse. Nowhere to go but up, he said. I wouldn't say that. He didn't start in the YWF. Everywhere you can think of, from Moose Landing, Monterey, Blood Vein. What's with these weird names in Canada? What's up with these people? Been a long, fruitful, soul-expanding, soul-diminishing, amazing, frustrating, exhausting, exhilarating journey over 3 decades. He says, I won't last a lot longer, so I shall soak in every second. Thank you for coming along for this ride. Well, he better last longer, because they got a whole run with him and Christian for those tag titles. I mean, the way this is going, he's going to have to be 70. So we'll see when he comes back. Think anyone special is going to be back tonight on Dynamite 300, Tom? It's a special show.
I myself am hoping for Britt Baker
Yeah?
to make her return.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, but who knows? I'm going to do something.
Does it include hosting this show?
All right. Dynamite Episode 1. This was the card. Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. Okay, Sammy could be there. MJF and Brandon Cutler. You could run that back, except you're not, because MJF's already in a match. Pac and Hangman Page. Hangman can be there.
We haven't seen Pac in a long time.
I think he's injured.
Maybe that's why.
Riho and Nyla Rose, which was a singles match for the inaugural AEW Women's title. And the main event was the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz. I could see Jericho making a return on Dynamite 300. But guess we'll see. Guess we'll see who ends up being there. All right. Ruby Soho back training again. She had a baby with Cool Hand Ange, and she's getting back into the ring and training for her big return. So best of luck to her, and hopefully she'll be back pretty soon. Their daughter Evie was born on Halloween. What a day to be born, Halloween. So that's good news. And also apparently Maria is going to be having a third baby, so congratulations to them as well. A lot of good baby news.
A miracle.
Your main... I would say your main man, but she's a female, but it is 2025. Siri will be taking a break from stardom. Says, I've been wrestling for 17 years, thought about it long and hard. I've decided to take a break from stardom. I will train overseas. Level up my game even more. My loss to Sarray was really frustrating. Yes, they had Sarray versus Siri. I won't go out like this. I want to hold that IWGP again. That's why I made this decision. I'm sorry to everyone who's looking forward to my appearance in the ring. I will be back in a stardom ring one day. What does this mean, Tom? Should go in AEW, WWE, MLW? What do you think?
I mean, I was quite surprised when I read this news, but I don't know. I don't know where she fits in anywhere at the moment when I think about it, but especially in AEW, I guess I could see her going to NXT, but I really didn't feel like that was what was coming out of this statement. Maybe she's going to do similar to what Miyu Yamashita has done and work a ton of different shows. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get to see her in MLW. But I don't know, but I'm going to be watching regardless. I'll tell you that much. Shuri, one of the best wrestlers on this planet, if you ask me, and you did. So I'm telling you.
Well, she did say she was going to level up.
Please,
I can't
no.
imagine her on Level Up. Can you imagine?
Maybe
God.
she'll be in season 3 of LFG.
Oh my God, Syrian LFG. Bully correcting her on her technique.
Is it time for her to evolve?
God. And Ty Mello hopes that AEW brings in those women's tag team titles. I think there's about 8 titles that AEW should get rid of and then bring in the women's tag team titles. I would be fine with that. We certainly don't need multiple sets. Just too many belts, but I would be fine with that one. Yeah, this guy says Bully could teach Siri to throw a kick. Well. Back in a moment with the NXT Report, Observer Live. Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store, all of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees, F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts. Back on the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Mike Sempervive is no longer on the program, but old habits die hard. Hopefully he'll make his triumphant return someday. But in the meantime, we have Filthy Tom. How are you, Tom? Did you watch NXT last night?
Did you have a glitch? Did you revert back to the beginning of the show?
I have said that
What just
so
happened
many
there?
times. It just comes out. All right. Now, are you, did you watch NXT? I like this show.
I did. You ask me this every single week.
Well, sometimes things come up.
No, man. Hey, if I'm on this show, I'm watching whatever's on the night before, hook or by crook, no
Well,
matter how good or bad it is.
On the subject of Sempervive, sometimes I'd ask him and you never knew the answer. But you're telling me you're always going to watch NXT. You know what that means, don't you? That means something's going to happen next week, and you're not going to be able to watch NXT. And you're going to have to explain how it was a one-time thing, and you always watch the show, and blah, blah, blah.
I didn't say I always watch NXT. I said I always watch whatever's the night before. And sometimes the days get switched around.
Well, what'd you think of this show?
I thought this show was there.
Really?
I thought it happened. It was fine. It moved some storylines along. But it's not like I was dying for more once it was over.
Wow. Well, it opened up with Joe Hendry and Wes Lee.
What? Okay.
What?
Go ahead.
Listen, hey, I got a love-hate relationship with this show. I'm not going to tell you this show was good if it sucked, because there are times when it sucks, and I'm going to let you know about it. I thought this show was fine. Maybe even good.
I said, that's essentially what I said. I said it was fine.
Nah, I said it was just a show. That means you were bored.
Well,
thank you. Joe Hendry and Wes Lee had a match. And, I mean, the one thing I will say about this show is, my God, this crowd was on fire for this show. Great heat for this match. And the most amazing thing is the most over guy in this match, and maybe on this show, was Santana, who's had like 4 appearances ever in NXT. And Tyson and Tyreek tried to interfere, and Santana ran down to take him out. And it was like Stone Cold Steve Austin showed up. They were going wild for Santana.
Yeah, because if you don't see his face, you're like, holy crap, Roman Reigns just ran in and started beating somebody up.
Well, Joe, his
Santana's
finish,
huge. He looks awesome out there.
He got the win, and they will be facing off for the TNA title with Trick in a 3-way coming up at Slammiversary. Then we had a segment with Soul and Zarya and Tatum and Izzy, okay? Now, this is one of those things on the show that, like, I will critique. So, Soul and Zarya, as far as I know, are baby faces. Izzy is a heel. And Tatum is a baby face, or at least the fans love her, okay? So the story is that the baby faces are upset that Tatum is cozying up with a heel, okay? The problem is, if you actually watch the show, which I do, Soul and Zarya they're so mean to Tatum all the time, and Izzy is nice to her all the time. And so, like, as a viewer, I'm supposed to be upset that Tatum is actually going along with a person who's really nice to her all the time? So this was weird. She left with Izzy. We had Luca coming out for a promo, and then Tony came out, and they went back and forth arguing, and then Stax came out. And long story short, Luca ends up punching out Tony D, but then he turns and he punches out Stax. And he reveals, my loyalty is only to myself. And then he leaves, and Vic Joseph says, we are left with more questions and answers. And I thought, no, we're not, Vic. I know everything now. What do you mean we're in more questions and answers? He answered all the questions. He isn't with either guy. He's with himself. But Vic, in storyline, funny thing is, like, Vic, I actually like Vic as an announcer, but he says stupid stuff all the time. I don't know why I give him a pass. Maybe because he seems like a nice guy? I don't know. But this was a dumb thing to say. We had some setup for this Yoshiki Inamura versus Jasper Troy match. The winner gets Obafemi, which made me really mad a couple of weeks ago, but it turned out fine tonight. Miles Bourne beat Lexus King. Miles Bourne has a new finish. The Zigzag. Can you believe it? You need a new finish, brother.
Well, and it was mistimed.
Yeah.
Which was even worse. But
did I ever tell you that I think I'm the guy that named the Zigzag?
No.
Yes. Dolph Ziggler debuted like 25 years ago or whatever. And I was on the phone with somebody there. And they were like, we're trying to come up with a name for Ziggler's finisher. You got anything? I was like, I don't know. What about the Zigzag? And next thing you know, that's the name of his finish. Which I think, by the way, he absolutely hated that name. So
yeah, I was going to say,
yes.
Like, you owe this person
yeah, I'm sorry,
a debt
Dolph.
of gratitude.
I'm sorry, Nick. That was my fault. Lainey Reed and Thea Hale. Is all right. The problem is that Thea, she's a good worker, and she was so over when she was in Chase U. And then they killed off Chase U. They killed off her association, and she is just floundering. And nobody really cares about her. They always put her with people that are more popular. Anyway. So, the finish is Lainey tries to get the pin using the ropes. The ref catches her. She then uses the ropes a second time and doesn't get caught. That's the finish.
Wasn't she a baby face when she debuted?
Thea?
No.
Lainey?
Yeah.
God only knows, dude. She's only been on 3 shows.
Yeah, she came out from the crowd that one time.
I think
and then
she
the
did,
next
yeah.
week she had a title match, and she was clearly the baby face.
I don't know, man.
And now she's a cheating.
You're asking me on this?
A sassy Southern Belle cheating heel athlete.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Charlie and Tavion had a meeting. Tavion wants a match with Charlie, just like he gave to Miles. And if he wins, he's out of the No Quarter Catch crew. And Charlie says, if you want it, that's fine, but this conversation we're having, it will not happen again after I win. And they shook hands. Because there's an ironclad contract in the No Quarter Catch crew. Maybe you could join the No Quarter Catch crew, Tom, because it appears to be like a guaranteed contract, and based on Ren Sinclair, you never have to wrestle. You just have to stand there and get paid by Charlie. I think it sounds like a good deal. Why are you looking at me like that? Because I dare try to find a way to get you paid to not have to do anything? How dare I? You don't even have to do commentary. Soul and Zarya versus Izzy and Tatum. We had another Vic moment here. Izzy and Tatum are partners, okay? Tatum has chosen to team with Izzy as her partner in a tag team match, all right? Well, near the end, Zarya goes for a spear, but Tatum shoves Izzy out of the way, and Zarya spears her own partner, and Vic says, Tatum just showed her true colors. I was like, what? No, she saved her partner in a tag team match. What are you talking about? And then Izzy pinned Soul, which is setting up a North American title match for later on. We had another Chase U segment.
So,
Yes?
I'm assuming Tatum is going to end up in the culling.
I mean, it looked like they accepted her into the culling. And then everybody cheered when she joined the culling. So, whatever, who cares? I just love the argument. What, you want us to just, change everybody babyface and heel that this crowd decides is... Well, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you're running the same building every week in front of the same people. So maybe if you have a couple of people that the fans are not going to boo, maybe it's okay to have them be baby faces. I'm saying?
Hey, I'm here to cheer Jada Parker every time she's on TV, so...
Hank and Tank stormed in. Apparently they're fine. They're defending the titles against the Culling next week.
Well, it could be one of those situations, maybe one of them gets taken out before the match.
Could be.
And they have to fight from underneath, and the culling wins.
Well, if Tank gets taken out, that's your answer, because he's the one that I thought was hurt. But I could be wrong. Then we had my favorite thing on the show, Inamura and Jasper Troy. Jasper Troy is, fine. He's a real big dude, and he has a few real big dude moves. He does the black hole slam. He does the choke slam. He does all the moves of the guys that trained him. But this freaking Inamura is a good worker. And, he's one of those guys that he does a total Japanese style, which, in theory, is supposed to not get over in this country and, in WWE or whatever. Dude, he's out there firing up and doing fighting spirit. This place is going wild. And he totally carried this match. He carried Jasper. He beat him with the big splash. And now he's going on to face Obafemi for the title. I love this Inamura. He's awesome. And this was a real good match. And then him and Oba had a stare down, and then Javon beat up old Jasper Troy. I guess poor Javon's got another job he's got to be doing.
Yeah, this Inamura rules.
He's awesome, isn't he?
The only thing I don't like is that it makes me wonder if, he's not long for NXT.
Well, in storyline, he went back to Japan, but then,
then he
unwent
came back
back
a week later.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's coming over permanently. I hope so. He's great. So then we had Jordan Grace doing a promo, and she's interrupted by Fatal Influence. And they go back and forth, and a brawl breaks out, and Blake Monroe runs down to make the save, and the heels bail. Ava announces Fallon and JC. Maybe that could be their team name, Fallon and JC. They're going to be facing Jordan and Blake at Great American Bash. Fatal Influence hit the ring again, got laid out again. So for those of you wondering, I'm pretty sure Blake Monroe is a babyface. I think she's much better served as a heel. But in the short term, hey, she's going to get cheered, so you may as well have her be a babyface early. But she is a babyface in this scenario here. So that was NXT. Any other thoughts? Would you like, not like?
Like I said, it was fine.
It wasn't
It was
fine.
there.
No, it wasn't.
It was better than 3 hours of SmackDown.
If there's ever a show that's never just there, it's NXT. There's always something on this show. Kidding me? Whether it's Vic or...
You think we're going to get kind of a, what was it? Survivor Series gang warfare style setup coming out of the family's breakup? We're going to have a Tony D with his own family, Stax, and now Luca. Which one of them's going to be the biker gang?
I guess that'd be... Luke, he's going to have the Consigliere gang. A gang of lawyers. Yes.
Maybe Ciampa comes back as Thomas Penmanship.
I don't think any of this is going to happen, Tom. But there you go. We need more mobster wrestlers, says Guanzon. Is that really what we need in this business, is more mobster wrestlers in 2025?
Yeah, more people out there copying Big Vito because there were never any mobster wrestlers before that.
All right, back in a moment, Observer Live. Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day, covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify. Are you heading to Las Vegas for WrestleMania? If so, clear some time on the calendar because we have a lot of great events. It's our annual convention, the WrestlingObserver.com/F4W online convention in Las Vegas this year on WrestleMania weekend. April 18th, Friday, April 19th and 20th. We got special events every day. Friday will be the Dave Meltzer, Bryan Alvarez live Q&A. You can show up. We've got a meet and greet. Perhaps we'll have some merch, and you can ask us any question that you would like at the live Q&A. This will not appear as a podcast, a video podcast, audio podcast. You can only see and hear the Dave Meltzer, Bryan Alvarez Q&A if you attend live. That is April 18th at noon at the beautiful Palms Resort Casino in Las Vegas. We will also have wrestling watch parties. Have you ever wanted to watch wrestling with Dave Meltzer? 2 wrestling watch parties coming up that weekend as well as 2 after parties. What is an after party? It's exactly what it sounds like. After WrestleMania, both nights, you'll be able to come back to a suite. I'll be there, Dave, a bunch of other friends and subscribers, and you'll get to party. We'll have alcohol, food, and more. These are the after parties after WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. If you want to go, you got to buy your tickets now. Tickets available for everything at f4wonline.com/Vegas. Easy. f4wonline.com/Vegas. Did I mention we're going to have a group dinner at Texas Day Brazil? It's an all-you-can-eat steakhouse, all-you-can-eat steak. I hear some of you right now, I don't eat meat. Doesn't matter. They have the best salad bar you'll ever see. Texas Day Brazil. You can grab your tickets for that meet and greet / dinner as well. Where? f4wonline.com/Vegas. See you there. What was that you were telling me during the break?
Breaking news, as reported on the Ariel Helwani show. UFC superstar, former national champion wrestler Bo Nickel will be returning to wrestling. He will compete August 30th in Cleveland, Ohio for Real American Freestyle Wrestling. The company headed by Eric Bischoff and none other than the Hulkster.
Well, it's funny you mention that because WrestleTix has got all the information about their debut show, which is August 30th at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland. They are running a 13,000-seat building. It is currently scaled for 4,000 tickets. They have distributed 410. They are averaging 4 tickets per day, which would put them at this rate at 600 tickets by showtime. I think they might do a little better than that, but this is not a well-promoted show at this point.
Under over 2,000.
Under.
I'll take the over.
Will you? All right.
Yeah.
We'll find out, brother.
Yeah. You know what the loser should have to do? They should have to get that old Tyson Kidd haircut.
Which one? I feel like I may have it now.
Yeah, the one that was just the front poofed up like
So you're
yours
thinking
is.
of doing that? I did that in high school, brother. I've already done it. It's your turn.
The rest was shaved.
All right, listen. We got to get out of here. After Dark Radio in an hour. 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. Sports Byline Broadcasting Network, YouTube, Twitch. We'll talk to you in an hour, everybody. Wrestling Observer Live.